I had a lot of people hit my DMs this morning like, "Dude, how did you feel about Chris saying certain things in front of CJ?" And I'm going to keep it a stack with you guys. I am a YouTuber. I am not a counselor. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is that I cannot criticize this man for certain things that he talked about with CJ when I just reacted to a video, you know what I'm saying, where CJ was present and some of the content was not PG. So I'm going to just leave it at this. CJ has two parents. I am not one of them. So whatever these parents choose to talk about in front of their son, that is their business. I belong to you. Family, what it do? It's your girl Tamika, and I am back with another video. Shout out to the family S&T squad. Y'all the best squad, and I love y'all the long way. Please believe me. Look, man, listen. We on the road to 50K. Okay, I'm serious right now. We're on the road to 50K, and if you on this video right now, you just watching it, you have not subscribed, shame on y'all, man. I need you to smash the subscribe button. Smash it, and make sure you turn those post notifications on too as well. Listen, man, we're about to get into this video that Chris Sales did yesterday with Jason Lee, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I felt like it was a pretty informative interview. So without further ado, we about to slide into the vid. Let go. I felt like the interview was okay. I'm going to actually play some clips highlighting the areas that I felt was most important throughout the interview. I will say that I felt like the interview was very guarded, and I feel like Jason Lee had to keep a certain narrative once he realized that the children were present. You know what I mean? I had a lot of people hit my DMs this morning like, "Dude, how did you feel about Chris saying certain things in front of CJ?" And I'm going to keep it a stack with you guys. I am a YouTuber. I am not a counselor. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is that I cannot criticize this man for certain things that he talked about with CJ when I just reacted to a video, you know what I'm saying, where CJ was present and some of the content was not PG. So I'm going to just leave it at this. CJ has two parents. I am not one of them. So whatever these parents choose to talk about in front of their son, that is their business. On the flip side, I have been in a black family. I am brought up in a black family, and there was a lot of shit that I heard that I probably shouldn't have heard neither. So sometimes I feel like people take certain narratives and run with it and make it seem like certain things don't happen in black families, which they do. You know what I mean? Can we all do better? Sure we can. But moving right on along. Chris Sales discussed Queen, Parker, and the new baby mother in this interview. I'm going to be completely honest with you, though. I didn't really want to hear nothing about Queen in this interview. I really don't understand why we're still talking about it. Just to be completely honest with you guys. I mean, it's 3 years later. I really don't understand why we're still talking about the narrative of people wanting them still to be together. Y'all got to grow up. Let it go. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to play a clip for when he spoke on those things. Take a look.
It used to bother me a lot, to be honest. It used to bother me a lot, but now I learn how to cope with it, you know, and then it just irritating people, you know. I get messages to this day, "I wish you and Queen were still together, I wish you and Queen," but they have to understand that I didn't want to be in a relationship. Everybody think Queen broke up with me. I actually broke up with her, you know, and it's not, and Queen is a wonderful mom. She's a great person. Like I'm telling you, she's an awesome person. She's fantastic. She's phenomenal. But I just didn't want to be in that relationship anymore. People don't even know that. You know, I just like, go be happy. Like, we was happy when we first started our relationship, but then we started doing YouTube and other stuff. It just, a lot of stuff was bending away. Even before YouTube, there was a lot of problems. And the crazy part, it wasn't even between me and her. You know, it was like me and her mom used to always get into it. And that's why now I'm not going to get into no relationship where I'm not cool with the mom, you know, because the mom, that's, you know, they were so close. The mom and the daughter, Queen and her mom, was so close. So it always, like, it made Queen be in the middle, like, oh, I got to pick between my boyfriend and my mom.
One of the things that frustrate me with Chris Sales sometimes is that his energy does not always match the things that come out his mouth. You know what I mean? And what I mean, for an example, is like in this particular clip, he was speaking very highly of Queen. He really was, you know what I'm saying? But then you will be able to fast forward 25 minutes and he'll be on his IG story pretty much saying the complete opposite of what he just said in the interview. Oh, Queen is this or Queen is that. She won't let me see my son. And now in this video, it came out. that it was not that she did not want him to see his son. Nothing was malicious. She just wanted to make sure that there were things in place to protect them both. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at that clip.
She told me that I couldn't see my son anymore until we go to court. Now we signed a contract when we got divorced stating that I see him these days and she see him these days. I didn't get him for Father's Day. I was supposed to have him for Father's Day. I didn't get him for Father's Day. So basically she just wasn't letting me see him until we went to court and got a new contract. So right now we're still we're still going to court for it. So now as of right now, we're trying to see what days I'm gonna have him and what days she's gonna have him. She wanted to keep him during, school. And I told her that was fine at first, And maybe I get him on the weekend. I mean, not some weekends or holidays or summertime, As long as I get to see my son, I'm okay, because I'm in my son's life and I love him to death. So I don't want to be missing so much of his life where I'm like, I feel like I just, I'm like a dead. I feel like I feel like a bad dad if I'm not around my son.
In this particular clip, I can honestly say that I respect what Chris was trying to say. I am an extreme father's girl. Anybody who's been watching me know that I am a daddy's girl. And I feel like, fathers play an intricate role in a child's life just like a mother do. I honestly feel like that. I talk to my friend about that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Artist and CJ will help shape this man into a better man. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that there are going to be things that he's going to have to rectify within himself before he will be able to pass those gems down to his son. People, society as a whole have this notion that men are supposed to be strong all the time. And if they show emotions, then they're considered weak. Yada, yada, yada. Y'all know what I'm trying to say with this. So hopefully, this is the baby steps that he needs to take to be able to change the whole complete outcome of his life. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that. I hope like that. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that he's able to do better for both of his sons because they're going to need him. You know what I mean? We are living in a world right now where there is attack. There is an attack on our kings, you know what I'm saying? So the more fathers in place, I feel like the better. Now, he also touched on his new baby mother, Erica. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play a clip from that as well. Take a look.
Okay, his mom name is Erica. We messed around like 2 times. She told me she was pregnant, and I was like, I'm like, cool. Like if it's my son, I'm gonna take care of my responsibility. I mean, that was really it. Like, she told me she was pregnant, and she told me the day that she got pregnant, and that's the time I was messing with her. So then I was like, all right, cool, this mine. But then she tried to expose some stuff on social media, so I stopped talking to her completely. So then she reached back out to me like, I'm in labor. She like, so you need to come right now. So I rushed up to her.
You didn't talk to her the whole 9 months she was pregnant?
No, I haven't talked, because she was doing like fugazi stuff, like exposing our conversation.
I remember we were posting it and everybody was posting it. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like she exposed the conversation. So I'm like, what is your intentions? Like she posted like, I'm about to have a baby with Chris Hills. I'm like, that's childish, you know what I'm saying? Just that, keep that between us, you know what I'm saying? So, and then so when she exposed that, I blocked her on everything. Like I'm done with her. I don't want no parts with her, But I'm like, I can't be no deadbeat dad, because I didn't know my biological dad. So I'm like, I'm gonna always be in my son's life. So I unblocked her on my text messages, and I was like, we talked a couple times, and that was it. We talked one more time after she did all of that, and then she told me she was in labor. So I rushed to the hospital. I was with her for 3 days. He's he was a premature baby, so I was with her for those 3 days until they released us. And then, that was it. But, we messed around for 2 times, and she told me, but it's whatever.
There was a lot of people flooding me. I cannot believe that this woman would let Chris have this baby and the baby's only 12 days old. Look, man, we don't know the circumstances that's surrounding Erica. I know there has been a couple of times when she was on IG and she was having problems finding somewhere to stay. She was thinking about shelters. So whatever's going to work for them to make sure that the baby Artist is okay, then I'm all for it. It really doesn't matter which parent becomes the primary caregiver, just long as somebody is giving care to the goddamn baby. That's just how I feel about it. And I'm going to leave it like that. That's why I be telling my kings all the time on my channel, please protect your nuts. You know what I'm saying? Because situations like this happen. You start to have babies and you procreate with people who you don't see a future with. And even though both might have the means to take care of the child, it still doesn't mean that it's going to be beneficial to that child. I feel like a child, if they can, should be raised in a household with both parents. I mean, I think that both parents should be able to play a role in seeing a child grow up, to see their first steps, you know, everything, you know what I'm saying? So I just really feel like people should be able to choose their baby mamas and their baby fathers a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that sometimes people look at the longevity of the situation and some of the effects that it can have on the child. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on that. Now, the biggest part of the interview that I think that everybody was anticipating is that he was able to talk about Parker. So we're going to take a look at this clip. Let's look.
Now, you know, another one of your exes was on my show, Parker McKenna. Did you see that interview?
I did, but I can't remember. I remember a little bit. I did see it, but everybody was sending it to me, but I didn't see the whole thing. I seen like bits and pieces of it. And she was lying, but it's okay.
Well, see, and that's the thing. I don't know her. I know you. I don't know her. I like her. I like you. I didn't know what was going on. I know that she had, I guess there's a photo of her. This is Parker McKenna, as people don't know.
Yeah.
They look good together. Yeah, I still like you without the hair, though. Okay, so you guys were together, and then she said that she alleged that you had assaulted her. You got arrested for that. That happened in Houston, and then I guess you were supposed to appear in court, and then they remanded you back into custody. I don't know. It was a bunch of mess. She came on my show. I think we have a clip of what she said. Take a look. No, we don't have a clip. Okay. Well, basically, she said it was a toxic relationship and all that. What happened with you two, and what do you feel like she was lying about?
Okay, so I'm gonna just tell you the story. That case is closed, so I can speak on that now. And my son was there as well. My baby was there. So one night I had a club appearance. We go to the club, everything's fine. When Parker drinks, she just like, I don't really know. I'm not gonna say that, but when she drinks, she's just a different person. So we on our way to the house. I'm telling you, this is the honest God truth. It was this girl there. First of all, I was following this girl on Instagram. She told me to unfollow her before we went to the club. I had unfollowed her. I said, okay, cool. Like, first we argued about it. I'm like, why are you telling me to follow people? Like, I don't want no controlling, girlfriend. So I ended up unfollowing her. That same night we went to the club for our, because I got booked to go there. She was there. The girl was there. So she came and hugged my friend Jordan, came and hugged my other friend, but she didn't hug me. And she said, oh, why she didn't hug you? I said, obviously it's because you're right here. She don't want to be disrespectful. She see I have a girlfriend now. So she get mad at that, because I lied to her. I told her that we didn't do anything, but we did. We did end up, we had sex before. I lied to her. Of course, I'm not about to tell her we had sex or anything like that, but we did. I didn't want to tell her that though. But she was mad about that. She didn't. She came up to me and hugged me. So I'm like, I'm about to go because she's pinching at me, like she's grabbing my hand, like she's trying to do it sneaky too, because she know people were recording us. So she's like whispering in my ear, like grabbing me, like pinching, like she's pinching the hell out of me. She got long ass nails. She just grabbed me. So I'm like, bro, like stop. I'm about to go. So I just walk out the club. She chased me out there. On our way to the house, she's just screaming, crying. I can't believe you got out. She's just like, I don't know, bro. So we get to the house. My friend is at the house. My friend Antonio. My chef is at the house. And my other little boy, so the little boy I mentor, his name is Quad. He was at, all three of them was at the house. So he gets in the house, she yell at everybody, get out, I don't want none of y'all here, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, Parker, like, chill out, like, stop, it's not that serious. She said, she just screaming at me, I hate you, all this and that. So she runs up to me, started punching me, like punching at me, doing all this stuff. Like she's literally punching me. Like she grabbed me, trying to kick me. And I'm not doing anything at this point. I got my hands out like this. Obviously because I'm a man, my hands is longer than hers. I got my hand out like this so she can't hit me. So she runs over to the table, she grabs it.
If I remember correctly, wasn't your son present when all this was happening?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I'm going to get into that. So baby Chris is sitting on the couch. He's laying down to sleep. So he don't know what's going on. So she goes over there. First thing I'm thinking, I got to get out this house. I got my son here. I got to get out. She grabs the Hennessy bottle and she throws it hard. Like she tried to hit me, like take my head off. So I ducked and it hit the wall. After it hit the wall, I run over to my son, grab him. I'm about to leave the house. Like, I'm like, forget this. The reason why I couldn't leave the house right then and there is because I had to get my shoes. I couldn't find my keys. It's just too much going on. She's trying to hit me. She's doing all of this stuff. So I run over there and grab my son, pick him up. Obviously, I don't think she's about to do nothing at this point because I got my son in my hand, right? She grabs a champagne bottle. She throws it at me. It hits my son. People don't even know this, but it hits my son. So at that point, I put my son down. I go over there and grab her by her hands. By her arms. I'm like, chill out, like, stop, like, you really tripping. Like, I'm cussing at her. I'm like, stop, bro. You just hit my son. She just go, and she just spits on me. At that point, I ended up putting my hands on her. I ended up smacking her. And when I smacked her, I'm like, fuck, why did I do this? In my head, I'm like, damn, like, I just fucked up. So I let her go. I run out to my car. I even left my son because my friend was there, so I know he would take care of. I left everything. I just ran out the house, got in my car. I remember I parked in front of Best Buy. I started crying. Like, dang, I was just hurt off the strength. My mom always taught me not to hit females. I don't condone that. I still don't condone it to this day. Even though I messed up and I admit that I messed up. But I parked in front of Best Buy and I was crying. Like, wow, I'm praying. So I go back to the house. Like, I called my friend. Like, where my son at? He said, I took him over to my sister's house. He's good. I'm like, okay. So I go back to the house. She like, get out. I don't want you here. I'm just getting my stuff. She like, no, get out. So I walk out, and then she like, no, come back in. Like, she's very bipolar. Like, come back in. So I was like, all right, cool. I went back in. We talked a little bit. So, like, the second day, she ended up leaving. The house.
You ended up staying at the house that night?
Yeah, but I ended up staying at the house the same night. I ended up staying there, and she told me to stay. She was like, never mind, I want you to stay. So I ended up staying at the house. We talked for a little bit about what happened. I told her what she told the police. She said, I told him that I got into it with my friend. And my friend did it because her mom called the police. Her mom was the one that actually called the police. And the police came to the house. And when police came, Parker said her friend did it. Like, her friend, she got into it with her friend because she didn't want me to go to jail. So 3 days later, after that incident happened, she left. She left in the morning, like early in the morning. And she left me this long note apologizing. Like, I'm sorry for what I did. I know I did this. I know I did this. I'm so sorry for acting out. I was just drunk. Thought of this and that. And I tried to call her, and I guess I was blocked or something like that. And then 3 months later, like a couple months later, I ended up having a warrant out for my arrest. And what's crazy is I didn't press charges on her because I'm like, I know she was drunk. She was, under the influence. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that because I'm not that type of person. I don't want to see you go to jail. And I know you was having a good time. I don't want to see you go to jail. But it was just sad, and it hurt me. It really, really hurt me when she did it to me. She pressed charges on me, knowing I was really the chill one, and I ended up reacting off of her reactions, which I shouldn't have done that.
I'm gonna let you guys elaborate on that particular clip. I want to know in the comments how y'all felt about his take on the Parker McKenna situation. Meet me in the comments, man. I want to know, man. We could chop it up. Let's just respect each other in these comments. We can agree to disagree without being disrespectful to one another. I can't even get it out. He also talked about the Shade Room. I don't understand what Chris Sale's infatuation is with the Shade Room. The damn page is called the Shade Room. I don't know why he want to make it to something under that narrative. Even when the Shade Room posts positive stuff, it still has 1/4 mess on it. So I don't understand why he wants to make it there all the time. Like that's the way to be, or that's where to be, because it ain't. You know what I'm saying? You don't really want to make it on the Shade Room. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing some shady shit. And 9 times out of 10, when you're posted on there, it's because you've been doing some shady shit. You know what I mean? That's just the way that goes. I want to know how y'all feel. I want to know how y'all felt about the entire interview. As you can see, there were Jason was allowing certain clips to come in from what people were thinking, you know what I mean, about the interview. We had some people who just was like, turn it off. And then we had some people saying, get a man a chance. So I want to know what y'all feel in the comments. Look, if you want to see more reactions like this, make sure you thumb me up. Before you leave, thumb me up. You feel what I'm saying? If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so right now. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in. And until next video, I'm going to catch y'all, dog.